beauty pageants. You know, I feel like there's a lot of misunderstanding about beauty pageants, and if you could just kind of get some clarity for our viewers, there's so much beautiful things, and it's a journey for the contestants and also for the people watching. Yeah. So what got you to kind of pull the trigger and get into beauty pageants?
Ever since I was little, I've always had this deep knowing that I was meant for something very different. I was not meant for your typical 9 to 5, although I always wanted to be a nurse. I knew that wasn't really for me. And as life journeyed on, I found myself here in Florida with a great community of people who really knew a lot about pageantry. I did one pageant in high school, and that's in high school. You don't even hardly know who you are in high school. So
Your brain isn't fully developed till you're
right,
27.
right. So it's in my blood, and I've been a dancer all my life. Hence how Thomas and I met. I was dancing around a store, and he was like, a dancer. And I was like, yes, me dance. What do you do? And he's like, me dance. And then all of a sudden there was just like this, okay, like this guy's going to be in my life forever. I don't know what
that's
this
how we
means.
both ended up the same way.
Yes, I know. It's so beautiful. And we just got to talk and we hit it off right away. His energy is incredible, and it's been amazing. So I'm very grateful for him to introduce me to you guys that I'm even here today. So this is wonderful. But yeah, so I just kind of knew I was meant for something different, and I've always been very misunderstood, and the outward beauty has always been something that and not that it's a bad thing, but it's the blessing and the curse at the same time. People are always, oh, you're so beautiful. Well, okay, thank you, but can we talk? Like, listen to me.
Yeah.
I have more than just a face and a body, like, can we talk? And so that's really what led me to pageantry. I was approached by a pageant system that I was unfamiliar with, and so there's a woman in town here who has been very successful in the pageant world, so I asked her if she knew anything about it. And she said, no, I don't, but I do know a system that you'd be fantastic in. And then that's when she introduced me to the Florida for America system.
Very cool.
And I said, she goes, so it is a lot. She's like, I don't know if how you feel about this. And I said, well, I've never really considered doing a pageant as an adult. Didn't really know that this was even a thing.
Came back into your world.
It did. It came right back. And I was like, okay. I said, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. And for me, what pageantry has been for me, and the whole reason that I really even wanted to do this and that I said yes, with as big of it gets a little sketchy out there when you tell people you're a beauty queen, there's a lot of judgment, you're taking a lot of pokes and prods.
It's also an industry.
It is.
It is a
Business.
Similar with dancing
It's definitely
and acting.
correct.
And
Yes.
you're into yourself, and I'm like, I've been dancing since I was 3.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you have to be
Right.
too, because if you're not your own biggest fan, who's going to be?
Correct.
You have
Correct.
to have that kind of confidence.
Exactly.
Confidence.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
true confidence.
Yes.
Yes.
It's also
Yes.
the business of, so there's theater, film, television, there's music, and there's dance.
Yeah.
So those are the commodities of the entertainment industry. And so much like that, in your
It's
world, it's
pageantry.
very much a
Yes.
business.
It is a business.
I lectured at Juilliard on these same points. Like,
Yeah.
we look at them as something ephemeral. They're not. Very tangible and very cha-ching, cha-ching.
They are.
And it leads to
Yes.
so many more things.
Exactly.
Like,
It really does.
Charlie Kirk's wife, look
Yeah.
where she is now.
Yeah.
Because of her journey for what she's learned and accomplished at being in pageants.
Yes, and that's something that the first year I did it, I expected nothing. I went into this with, this is an experience for me. I'm going to meet new people, and I'm going to put myself in a room with women who are way more knowledgeable and have way more experience and have all of this I want to be in a room like that.
Right.
I know
That's very
if
brave.
the woman that told me about this, I want to be in that room learning from her, and she's connected to this. I want to be a part of that, whatever that is. And so I did, and I ended up with second runner-up, Miss Congeniality, best
Nice.
hair, and I had
Best hair.
Best hair.
I wish I could win that.
I was
You gotta get your
incredible.
hat.
I was incredible.
And Miss Congeniality, I love
Yes.
that the movie Miss Congeniality, which we were talking about.
I just
here.
watched it.
You did?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
a month ago.
Well,
I
that's
was
so
watching
neat.
it.
It is such a neat thing. That was also when I was little. That was what I wanted.
Yeah,
I want
pleasant,
to be the girl's girl.
sociable.
Like I want to be the girl that's got your back. You got gum on your. I mean, literally throughout the weekend, I can pick a few points as to why I probably got that. I'm picking shoe off of people's shoes, and gum off of people's shoes. I'm fixing hair. I am the mama
angel.
bear.
Yes,
You
and
know?
empathic, what people might not
Yeah.
know about congeniality is pleasant, sociable. They also say agreeable, and Chelsea is beyond agreeable. There's a level of empathy that you embody, and you were telling me you were also sick during that pageant.
Yes.
So the fact that you could communicate and portray your friendliness, and the fact that you feel other people and lift other people up.
Yes.
So
yes.
how did you get the title or the crown title of
So
Miss
yeah, so
Congeniality?
all of the other contestants vote. So
Oh.
you spend the entire weekend with these women.
So they voted for
And
you.
so they all vote, and that's how you end up with it. That's that is one piece of the pageant that is not put in the hands by, and this is how I see it, you know, and this is one of the other cool things about pageantry and what you learn being in the pageant system. If you never have, I can understand the outside misunderstandings. It is so understandable. The misunderstandings are very understandable, you know. But it's the one part, and this is where for me it was huge, because you got 7 judges, but you had 30 some contestants. So, and I spent the entire weekend with them. I got a 15-minute interview with the 7 judges.
Right.
And so, in my personal opinion, and when I look at this and look at the big picture, I am so grateful because I had that many women say, we love her, and they gave that to me, versus, you know, the 15 minutes I got to spend with 7 people. You know, I mean, that, and for me that speaks volumes, and that was just the biggest blessing. And you know, I can check that off my bucket list because I really wanted that one, because I love Miss Congeniality, and I'm just like.
And speaking of your bucket list,
Yeah.
you told me about the weight loss that you did to get to where you're at now, which
Yeah.
is incredible. And that's why we're
Correct.
talking about weight loss journeys and to remotivate people
Yes.
and to get people back
Yes.
into using their bodies, because you don't need
Movement.
equipment. Your body
Yes.
is your gym, your brain is your computer.
Correct.
You can do it all yourself. You don't need it. And we can show you how to work out here without weights.
Yes.
And how to reconnect your
Yes.
mind to your body so you see what's going on.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I love about here. And as I was explaining to you guys through my transformation, part of what helped me and what saved my life was movement and dance. It was dancing my way through some of the hardest times of my life and keeping myself moving. And dance is the easiest way. I turn that music up and dance my way through the dishes, through the laundry, through the house.
I've seen
and,
it. I've seen it.
you know, like
It's
I
true.
danced through it all. And
Did you
and
do that
really
at the
saved
pageant
my life.
too? Did
No,
they do
so
that?
actually the pageant system no longer requires you to do a talent or anything like that. It is all based on interview skills, communication, community service, community involvement, entrepreneur. Yeah.
So what was your weight loss? So tell me
Yeah.
the deal about that, because people
Yeah.
aren't going to believe this.
I
Yeah,
know.
she might have to stand up for it too.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I'll stand up. No problem. Yeah. So in 2017, I had my 4th child. In 2016, I had my 3rd child. And then in 2012, somewhere in between there, postpartum hit, and I started relying on food as my comfort. And that was the one thing that I had. And so just, you know, through those last 3 babies, I just started doing the mom thing and relying on food for my comfort. And so in 2017, I had my last baby, and I didn't even recognize the woman in the mirror anymore. And it really made the postpartum that my body was already just struggling to fight through. It just made it worse, looking myself in the mirror and not knowing who I was. And so I cracked down on myself, and I said, this is ending. I knew a lot of it was hormones, and so I went with a very strict non-hormonal food diet. I honestly can't even remember everything that I did to get there, but it was very, very strict.
Yeah.
And I was at 205, I think 210 at my very heaviest. And then 210.
This lady right here, stand up for her.
Yeah.
What do you weigh now?
Like 115, I think.
Whoa.
Phenomenal. And this is
Yeah.
from dancing, and
Yeah.
yes, I mean 210, and I'm sorry, what are you now?
Like about 215. I think I'd swing in between 215 to 220.
90.
Oh, 115.
115.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. I meant that. Yeah. 115.
But still, it's like almost a 9 pound
I mean,
difference.
Yeah.
9 pounds, you're like almost half.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and Thomas, you yourself too, you had quite a weight loss journey as
Oh,
well.
I did. I sewed my lips shut. That really.